Hello princesses! Today I'm going to be doing a chit chat get ready with me, and I'm going to be creating this look that I have in my face right now. I think it's probably going to be a pretty long video because I've been filming for quite some time, and I apologise for the random lighting and the random placement. I'm slightly different placed today for these videos, but if you would like to see how I achieved this look and what products I used and some interesting thoughts on blogging and YouTube life in general, then please just keep watching. I'm going to start up with my base, which is going to be the NARS Sheer Glow in Siberia, which I have literally not used in years. I just use it in arm swatches because I actually do not like the formula. It doesn't last well, but I'm only filming today and then I'm pretty much going to take all of my makeup off, so I'm going to see if this is still actually okay in formula, because I've had it for quite some time. It still smells weird, so I guess nothing has changed in that aspect. I think I've had it for like 4 years or something, which is not a good thing. And I apologise for the lighting because, as you can see, the sunlight is starting to come through because I'm filming in the afternoon, which I never do because the sunlight is really annoying and I don't get any sunlight in my room in the morning, so it's much more reliable like that. I've also changed my filming setup slightly because I've put my camera behind my desk and I pretty much just dragged the desk to my bed. I'll show you guys afterwards because it's a little bit funny. Because when I'm doing a full face of makeup like this, it's much easier to do it this way because everything's set up on my desk and I just have to grab it rather than move the camera every time I've forgotten to grab things like the eyelash curler. So I'm super tan right now, and this is probably going to be a really awful colour, but I'm going to put some sunscreen on my neck just to even it out a little bit, which sounds like the weirdest thing to do to even a foundation out, but my sunscreen has a really bad white cast, so it'll lighten my skin but it'll still stay the same tone, whereas sometimes I find that those brightening primers, they alter the tone of my skin, so it makes it look a little bit weird. But yeah, this is definitely now a shade too light at the moment. Still the right colour, but it's too light. I've never found anything that is quite like as yellow as this. I might just bring some of the foundation down my neck because I've got it on the sponge. Doing a little bit of concealing with my Up Here Moist Creamy Concealer. This one is in the shade Frozen and apparently it's half empty, even though I haven't used it that much. I got quite a few breakouts around my jawline. Again, my skin, as soon as I came back from Europe, it just decided to absolutely throw a fit, and it has not been doing well ever since. And I'm just blending that out with my beauty blender, which also I haven't used in ages because I'm pretty lazy and I don't get up to wet the beauty blender. I'm going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder to do a little bit of baking today. So I'm going to pop this underneath my eyes. Oh no, I forgot to do the contouring first. Oh well. Pretty much going to put this in the places where I'm not going to contour anyway, so that's not going to mess it up too much. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit of contouring and shaping with the Kill Cover Clear Kill Cover Pro Artist Liquid Shading. This only comes in one shade. Unfortunately, it really should come in more. I'm going to try and darken the face up a little bit because we are extra ghostly today. So I've been thinking really hard lately about my blog, because if you guys have been following me since 2012, you'll know that I actually started with a blog and I was kind of reluctant to get into making videos because I'm not really a funny person. Like, you know, some people are naturally funny. That's not me. And I have a bit of trouble with public speaking. I don't really like it, even though I am a teacher. But there is a massive difference between talking about what you know really well, teaching, and being able to talk to strangers and things like that. So I really struggled with this whole YouTube thing at the beginning, and a lot of people did make fun of me because they're like, oh, you're trying to act like someone who's younger or something like that, when in reality it's just because I was nervous. Like, you know, when you get nervous, you speak, your voice is a little bit higher, you choose your words carefully, and it's hard to make a really long sentence because you have to stop and think about what you're saying, or you get halfway through a sentence and then you think, oh my god, no, that's not how I want this to sound, or you just mess up the words. And I still do that a lot, but I did it, it was pretty bad for me when I started making the videos. So I'd be staring straight into the camera in this really high voice saying one really short sentence, and then I'd have to cut the video and then say the next sentence and cut the video, because otherwise it didn't work, you know. I did the videos because basically I had to, and they were fairly popular, but you know, not to the extent where I was actually making very much money. Over the years I started to make more money on YouTube, so I currently make about 150 New Zealand dollars a month. It's like nothing, but it's still more money than my blog would make, which would be about 4 New Zealand dollars per month. You know, it really is nothing, because a lot of the time the money that you make on these sorts of platforms does not come from AdSense, it comes from advertisements, which you guys probably know a little bit more about now after all of the ad money was suddenly made public for some reason. And I've only ever done 2 sponsored posts on my blog or YouTube ever in 6 years, 2, and it's just not a super sustainable way to live. I do this because I enjoy doing it, but the expenditure has become unsustainable because it's extremely expensive. The best posts that I make are generally ones where I have the entire range of a lipstick, and then I do all of the swatches, and then I show you all of the colours. But just to buy the lipsticks alone can cost hundreds of dollars, you know, and these are the cheap lipsticks, not like your Pony Effects lipsticks, which I would love to review, but I don't have enough money to buy the range of that. I just don't, you know, and it is extremely unfortunate. And while I was away in Europe, I didn't do any work on my blogging. I made some videos because I enjoyed it, but I didn't do any blogging work at all for the first time in 6 years, because I made my blog in, like, I think October of 2012. And when I came back and I had to do quite a few posts in a short amount of time, I realised that the blogging part of what I do at the moment is much less enjoyable for me. It takes up much more time and it makes no money, which is not sustainable. You know, like, at the moment I could be using that time and energy on better quality videos, better editing, because I'm not very good at editing, but I don't have time to learn to edit better because I'm always editing photos and doing the blog. And I pay to host my blog on Squarespace. I pay about 200 New Zealand dollars per year, and then I also pay for my domain name, which is also another expense. And I don't want to say that it's not worth it, but I make $4 a month on my blogspot, which is the old blog, and on Squarespace I can't monetize it at all because you need a business account on Squarespace, which I didn't realize. So the Squarespace account makes absolutely no money because I cannot monetize it unless I pay like double, I think, or triple the cost of the original account to monetize it, which again is not sustainable. I can't do that. I'm going to bronze my face using the Hoola Light Bronzer by Benefit. So it's come to the point where I'm not going to be doing any blog posts for the rest of the year, I think, because that is when my subscription is going to run out, and then I'm going to reevaluate whether I actually miss blogging, because I did enjoy it, but it takes up a lot of time. Like, I would seriously be spending 10 to 15 hours per week, every week. I would sit in front of the TV at night and edit, and I can't go out because I need to edit. And then I also have to edit the videos, you know, like, it takes so much time. It really does take a lot of time. But if I took out the aspect of doing the photos, then I would have more spare time. But do you guys even know I have a blog? Do you read it? Do you enjoy it? If it was gone, what are you going to be missing? Like, I know that people do read it because I get 6,000 unique views per month, which is actually really good. You know, that's not bad at all. But I have never had any comments on my Squarespace account. So people view my content, but they don't say anything about it. Like, are you viewing it and enjoying it? Are you viewing it and not enjoying it? What do you like? What could be better? Those are the sorts of questions that I don't have answers to. So I'm going to use the Etude House Sunjung Mild Defense Sun Cream. This has like a really bad white cast, and I'm going to use this on my neck. So obviously it's good because, you know, it's a sunscreen, so it's going to prevent my skin from getting any more tan or sun damage, but it also has a mad white cast. So it's going to help me to blend my foundation into the rest of my body today. It does, however, stain your clothes if you do get it onto it. So that's the reason that I'm wearing a white shirt, which by the way is from AliExpress. And I'm going to be doing an AliExpress haul next month at some point. I haven't got all of the pieces yet, so I'm trying to keep them clean while I wait for the last stragglers to arrive. Okay, as long as I don't turn too much because the back of my neck is still really, really dark. Also, I have reusable straws. They are rose gold. They're also from AliExpress. Literally half the stuff I have is from AliExpress. For brows, I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Granite. So yeah, that is my question for today's Get Ready With Me. Do you read blogs anymore at all? I used to enjoy doing it. That's why I've done it for so long, and that's why I started in this industry. I didn't create a YouTube channel or a blog to make money, but I didn't expect that I would be spending this much money. And yeah, like I said, it's just not sustainable financially. It's not bringing me joy or giving me much in return. There goes the sun. I would also love to hear from you guys what you'd like to see on this channel going forward in the future. So I'm doing some fashion videos in October, and I'd love to hear your input as to what you'd like to see and what you enjoy seeing. Obviously my fashion is pretty girly and cute. Why do I look green? I'm going to adjust this because that's really green. That's much less green. What do you want to see? What sort of beauty content do you enjoy as well? I'm very curious because not a lot of people actually give me that kind of feedback, like, I really enjoy when you do this, I really enjoy when you do that. But most people are pretty quick to criticize. And criticism isn't bad, but it has to be constructive. You can't just be criticizing for the sake of criticizing. Man, those brows are wild today. I'm going to do some eyeshadow today. I'm going to use the light brown colour out of the Etude House My Universe Multi-Pink palette. And I'm going to pretty much put that over my entire lid and then into the crease. It's kind of like a warm, dusty rose sort of pink. It's a really nice base colour and it's a really nice crease colour because I'm going to put some glitter on the lid over top of it. So I just want a little bit of a base and a like crease colour to give it a little bit more depth. And you get a sneak peek of one of the Holika Holika products that I'm going to be using for my full face of Holika Holika in the middle of October. That's the thing as well, because I pre-film everything because I work full time. I do not have time to sit down and do reviews and full faces before I go to work most days, so everything has to be done on the weekend for the talking parts. But recently what I've been trying to do is talk while I'm applying the product, so I think that'll give a little bit more interest rather than doing the voiceovers, because I know that some people get bored with the voiceovers, and I can tell because in your YouTube analytics you can see the watch time, so I know that people usually watch about 1.5 minutes of the video and then they stop watching, and that's pretty much where the voiceovers come in every single time. So I'm gonna try and like split screen or just picture in picture a lot of the stuff so that we still have the same like information, but it's done in a more fun way. I don't know, like I said at the beginning, like I'm not a funny person. I'm not, and it does make it a little bit hard on YouTube because I don't want to force myself to make jokes. Like, I'm not funny. We all know this. Well, everybody that I know in real life knows this. I have a really dry humour, and I think that some people do enjoy that, but it's not really for the mass media. So on top of that, I'm going to be using some of the Holika Holika Magic Inside Eye Metal Glitter Shimmers. And they're really, really cute, but this one, I'm not really sure about the colour. It's number 4 in the range, and it's kind of like a rose gold colour, which is why I think it might look nice with this like rosier base. So I'm going to pat it on like that. It is super pretty. Just spread it out a little bit, and then that just makes the inner part of my eye glittery. That's kind of cute. I don't think you can see it though. It's every time I tap them out with my fingers, it just sticks to my finger. It is a really pretty like coppery colour though. Okay, I think that's probably the best we're gonna get it. Okay, while that's drying, I'm gonna do some blush. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna use one of my old favorites. This is the Eyeliner Love 3CE Cheek Maker in BE003, which is Underground. It's just like a nice light peach color, so it's not gonna be too pink or too orange or anything like that. These are still some of my favorite blush containers. I feel like the blush itself is fine. It's not like the most amazing thing in the world. It's just a cheek color, but the containers are just so adorable. Okay, so for eyeliner, I'm going to use the It's Skin It's Top Professional No Smudge Brush Pen Eyeliner, which I used in the first face. Oh no, it's starting to leak. Which I used in the first impressions full face of It's Skin makeup, and I didn't like it, but I gave it a little chance to sit tip down, and it's like fine now. I'm terrible at not talking while I'm doing my eyeliner, but it really is quite hard to talk and do eyeliner at the same time. Okay, now I'm going to curl my eyelashes. This is with the Shu Uemura eyelash curler, which was surprisingly expensive for an eyelash curler, but it does the job. And then I'm going to use the Lancome Grandiose Waterproof Mascara, which I've had for almost a year now, and I really need to throw it out, but I don't have another mascara at the moment because I've been getting rid of all of the other ones that weren't quite up to standard, because mascaras dry out and expire so quickly, and I didn't want them to just be sitting around, because if I'm not using them then it's kind of wasteful, so I just give them away or sell them. Okay, I'm feeling quite matte, so I might put on some highlighter. The only highlighters I have left now are the Can Make Glow Fleur highlighters. These are the ones that have the little flower pattern, which I think is really cute, and this is Planet Light, which is the one that is a little bit more intense. So I'm going to pop that on the top of my cheekbones. This is one of the things I like about baking, is I can be quite rough with my foundation. And I put a little bit on my forehead and chin. I'm going to spray my face down with some of the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, which is also like a year old because my face is looking a little bit powdery. I'm going to practice the Beauty Guru Mist and Wave, because I just look like I'm getting sprayed in the face by a hose, which is actually what it feels like. I don't understand how they can look so like serene and beautiful. I look like the opposite. And lastly for lips, I'm going to mix two colours of the Semmel Mousse Candy Tints. I'm going to be mixing number 10, which is Strawberry Cheese Mousse, and I think this is number 8, which is Apricot. So I'm going to get a nice peachy sort of colour. So the apricot colour is pretty peachy on its own, but I'd like it to have a little bit more pink in it. Okay, so I'm going to put some of the strawberry cheese on top of that as well. And that just makes it ever so slightly pinker, which I think is a little bit more matchy-matchy to the eyes, not that you can see them when my eyes are open. I really do like those lipsticks. I think you guys would have already seen, you would have definitely already seen the review, because I'm going to be filming the review for it now, because it needs to go up in a couple of days. And then you would have already seen all of the other videos that I use this makeup in, because this one is going to be going up last. Man, that setting spray makes my face feel so tight. So this is the finished look for today. I have to decide whether I'm going to leave my hair like this. I think I'm going to leave my hair like this because it is super dirty today. Like, after I finish filming, I'm going to be getting in the shower and washing it because it is so dirty. But it's got a lot of dry shampoo. It's in a bun. It needs to be toned because it's pretty orange again. So I think we're going to leave it like that for today. But thank you guys so much for watching today. Like I said before, or if you skipped all the way through it, if you enjoy my content, do let me know what you like about it so that I can continue doing what you do enjoy, or what you'd like me to improve on so that I can consider improving. I'm not going to do everything that everybody requests, because if someone requests that I only do voiceovers and someone requests that I never do voiceovers, obviously I can't make everybody happy, but I will do my best to ensure that you guys actually enjoy my content. Did you know that 92% of the people that watch my videos are not subscribed? It's pretty bad in terms of analytics. So if you enjoy my content and you come back regularly but you don't subscribe, why don't you subscribe? Please subscribe, that would make me way happier. But if you were here and made it to the end, thank you so much for watching. I do absolutely value you, and I want to make you guys even happier with my content. So leave some thoughts down below, even if you don't normally comment, or if you comment all the time, just tell me what you enjoy and some things that you don't enjoy, but don't be too mean about it. Make it constructive. Constructive criticism is a gift. Criticism, when it's not constructive, just means that I'm going to block you. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!